Hello everybody. It's been a while since I was last here. Hey hello, how you doing? I'm just fiddling about with stuff, give me a sec. Oh my gosh, ow. Hi. Hey Watered. Do you ever do that thing where you're like chewing on something or sucking on a sweet and then there's like that little stretch of flesh like right at the back of your mouth where your jaw like connects and then for some reason it just catches on something like your teeth and there's like no rhyme or reason of why that would happen? Well, that literally just happened as like switched over to this scene because I've got a polo in my mouth right now. Oh, you're tired but good, thanks. How about you? I am tired. Stop chewing your face there. I refuse. I will chew my face if I want to. Which I don't, really. I'm tired. Honestly, this morning I woke up in absolute agony. How have all of you been? It feels like it's been ages since I was last, like, properly active anywhere. Like,
I'm not used to people sticking
Aww.
when things go bad.
Welcome home.
Thank you for the 10 months. And what? I actually can't remember. Did I thank you for your resub? No, I think I got distracted by your message, but thank you for the resub. How many months is that now for you? That's weird. Jeez, it's almost 20 months. 19 months, that's crazy. 10 months for Anna. Thank you so much for the resub. I hope your stream was good. That is a very long game title. She was playing The Adventures of Bertram Fiddle, Episode 2, A Bleaker Predicament, and I think I just wounded my soul actually reading that out loud. But yeah. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sorry I'm currently munching on a polo. Which I went to the bookshop fly. It's been a fly, just like one of them little ones just fucking about around my desk. I was with some Salt and Sanctuary and I defeated 2 bosses and nearly completed. That's really good. That's a very productive stream. I have been in my a few puns in it. Just a few. Bookshop fly. Yeah, I was at the bookshop and they sell sweets in there. I was at the bookshop because I had to get my brother a copy of this. Because I'm not giving him mine, but he has to read it. Luckily it was only like £4, which is why I bought that for me actually. So I was in there, it was like nothing in a bargain bin. Everything else I either own or already or is too expensive. But it was selling that for $3.99. So I was like, never read it. Heard good things. Read it, loved it, cried a lot at the ending. I don't know if y'all are big readers or even big classic readers, but this book was absolutely incredible. Very, very good indeed. Tale of Two Cities. It was one that my dad's been talking about, like, for good 2 decades, about when I started actually, like, delving into classics. He was like, you should read Tale of Two Cities. It's, like, probably his most accessible book. And it really is. But, of course, I could never get past the first bloody paragraph. Which everybody bloody knows. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It's really, 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 really good. It's really good. But yeah, I had to get my brother a copy so he can read it. He's not much of a reader, at least not anymore. He read War and Peace and just thought, well, that's it, I'm done. But I was like, no, you have to read this one. It's very, very good. Very, up our alley. We tend to enjoy quite the same stories, although often for different reasons. He enjoys really good antagonists, and the antagonist in A Tale of Two Cities is amazing. Yeah, he deserves to be done. That's what I've always said, but now I've read this, and I'm just like, no, JJ, you have to read it. But I've given him no deadline. That's why I bought him his own copy, so I don't ever have to ask for mine back and make him feel pressured. So, yeah, I haven't even read War and Peace. I started, but I have not finished. But then I also read Count of Monte Cristo and Anna Karenina. But to be fair, JJ has also read Count of Monte Cristo, so he did one Tolstoy, I did another. Both read Count of Monte Cristo. Love that book. And it's honestly, Count of Monte Cristo, it's so good. But honestly, I won't read it again unless I'm given like 6 months to live, and then I'll read it. Because then I'm just like, well, that's all I got left to do. I'm going to reread my favourite book of all time. I read Brothers Karamazov. That's Dostoevsky, I believe. I haven't read any of Dostoevsky, but when I was at my parents' over the weekend, I nicked, aka borrowed, a bunch of their books, including The Idiot by Dostoevsky, because that's one I've always had my eye on, but I've never got around to reading. I also borrowed Memoirs of a Geisha, which I've only ever seen the film of, and once because it was bloody miserable, but I've heard the book is good. And Empire of the Sun. I saw the film when I was a kid, and for those of you who don't know, that had, like, kid Christian Bale in it, way back when. Also very good, but never read the book, but I'd like to. I love books, man. Books are great. And I've been trying not to pick up any new ones since I borrowed, like, 6 from my parents, and Kurosawa made a film adaptation of Idiot. Ooh. You know, there hasn't been an adaptation of Tale of Two Cities, like, for the screen since 1989. And this look, though, as I must clean my back. I will be... Do I want to know why your back is dirty? No, don't worry about it, but it was good to see you, and also welcome, readers. I didn't do that bit yet. If you don't know me, which you might not, I am a variety streamer. We tend to do a lot of just chatting, which wasn't always the case, but is now, because I just talk for like an hour and it never ends. And then occasionally we sometimes play a game as well. Mostly variety, but sometimes a roguelike. The big one on my list that I've not managed yet is Titus Grown by Mervyn Peake. I don't know what that is. Hey Hawk, hope you enjoy your lurk. It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you guys. You guys, like, the best, and I apologize, I'm very tired today. I've been struggling to get my chores done, and I woke up this morning just in complete pain, just agony everywhere. It took me a while to even get out of bed. But yeah. And it's sort of gone away, but it's still actually quite difficult to get up and move. But yeah, announced it on Discord and probably on Twitter, I actually forget, but I did get a diagnosis of fibromyalgia, and they tried to put me on meds for it. Funny story, which isn't really that funny. First day they gave it to me was last Thursday, and I picked up the script on the same day, might as well, and I took...
Rebellions are built upon.
Thank you so much for gifting Earl a subwatered. I appreciate it very much. I started reading The Song of Ice and Fire, but I think I need an abridged version. He's not a very good author. He talks way too much and goes into a lot of detail about things that are not relevant or particularly engaging to read. And honestly, that's a similar problem I have with Stephen King. And Stephen King has a much better imagination than George R.R. Martin. And I don't like Stephen King. Not just because he goes into unnecessary detail, but they're just certain things about his writing that I don't like. But yeah, I read Game of Thrones, the first one, when it came out. Not when it came out, but when the show was, like, getting going. And I was like, it's alright. Tried to read the second one. Don't think I got past the epilogue. Not the epilogue. The prologue. Don't think I got past the prologue. Because there are just too many bloody words. There's too many. And not all of them are worth reading. And, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I don't want to take medication for fibromyalgia any more than I really want to take medication for anything else, because it is pretty... just... the reactions I get to medications has historically not been great, and I'd much rather just deal with my fibro with, like, therapy and yoga and breathing exercises, because the medication, I tried it and it just knocked me out. It felt like I was drunk, I could hardly walk. And they said it would take 2 weeks for it to actually work and for me to get over that, the initial reaction to it. And I was just like, I cannot live like this for 2 weeks. I have shit to do. Not just streaming, but housework. I've got to feed my cat. I've got to feed myself. I don't want to live like that. So I'm just managing without meds. And that's just my choice. I liked King's Dark Tower series, but I don't think I've read any others. I read The Gunslinger. Again, sort of like went into territory that I feel like it didn't necessarily need to go. And also, I stand by this. There was no evidence really at all that he loved that kid. He just kept saying he did. But saying it doesn't make it so. And that's something that just really bothered me about The Gunslinger. And then when I tried to read the second one, I realised I didn't care. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm very particular with my books. The stand wasn't too bad. I mean... Oh, hello, Nightless. Welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. wasn't too bad. I mean, it follows a lot of humanity wiped out tropes. I don't mind that trope so much. Is The Stand one of the books in the Dark Tower series, or is that just another one by Stephen King? I can't even remember. Recovering still, so I'm just chilling. Fair. But yeah, you're more than welcome to chill here. No, The Stand was a long time ago. I'm gonna Google it. The Stand. If I can remember how to use my keyboard. My ability to do anything. Oh, they made a mini-series for 2021. Oh, I think I have heard of this, but then maybe not, because let's face it, American post-apocalyptic fantasy series aren't exactly in short supply. There are quite a few of them, and oh my gosh, today I reached a point in my life where I realized I was too old to watch something. I know you guys are gonna laugh when I tell you what it is, because it's so damn stupid. I'm too old to watch The Vampire Diaries. I have passed that point of no return. I cannot finish that series. Because honestly, even when I was like 25, 26, it was still really, really dumb. But it was also quite fun and had some like meaningful story stuff, and I liked it. But I tried watching more today, and it is just stupid teenage dreck with a bunch of hot people who won't stop aging, playing immortals, who just keep making out and killing each other, and it's fucking stupid. I cannot do it. After 20 years-ish, I still consider Redwall to be my favourite fantasy series. I've never heard of that either. To be honest, fantasy and science fiction particularly were like are not genres of books that I've read much of. Struggling to think of the sort of books that I have read. Honestly, for a long time it was just stupid teenage romances because I was a lonely teenager. And a lot of them, after a while, it was bloody obvious they were just the same damn story, just repackaged with different, like, nouns, different monsters. It was all the same after a while. It was, oh, slightly maligned, not exactly pretty teenage girl falls in love with vampire, werewolf, elf, fallen angel. Fucking hell, it was just the same thing after a while. It was so boring. I've read a lot of fiction set during the Second World War for a while. Not all of it was very good. Why can't we have more vampires that are distinguished Eastern European aristocrats? Yes, I read the Vampire Diaries books as well, up to a point. I think they made loads of them. And then the TV show had basically nothing at all to do with the books. It was just like same characters and very, very sort of vaguely similar plots, but also completely different. I did like it for what it was, and well, at the time, I got up to like, I think, episode 12 of season 5, and then I was just like, that's enough now, and that was like 2 years ago. It was one of those shows that I whiled away lockdown with, because there wasn't fucking anything else to do. That said, I did write half a book as well, so... Redwall is a series of 22 books featuring the adventures of animals in a fictional abbey and woodland. That's cute. Is that the same one that you were talking about? Redwall books. There's actually an arc about this in the graphic novel Vampire Hunter D. I think I saw the anime adaptation of that. It sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah. Redwall, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. I've been rewatching Troll Hunters, Tales of Arcadia, which is really fun. But only the rich / wealthy vampires could live out their lives. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually read your previous message. Mankind in the future colonized the moon, but that's where vampires fled to you after a time. But only the rich will. That's an interesting concept. Maybe I didn't read watch the anime thing, because that doesn't sound familiar at all. I stopped reading book series after a while, mostly because the library never had all of the books from the series. Like, it always had, like, 1 and 3 and maybe 7, but there was always something missing. And the bookshop didn't either. The bookshop has gone down so much lately. It's still got all the classics. I say all the classics. There was not a copy of Count of Monte Cristo when I went in today. Not that I need one, but I just feel like there should be a copy available for someone who hasn't read it. Like we touched on the anime movie, that's where my link is trying to take Charlotte to. It has been about 10 years since I watched the anime adaptation of what this might be, so I remember it very vaguely. But yeah, mostly I just read non-fiction these days. It's very rare that I actually read fiction anymore. But some books have been known to grab me. Not many, but jeez, I'm sorry, my nose is itching, and I'm not actually sure why. Maybe it's allergies. Could be allergies, although the weather's been shit for about 2 weeks now. Real shit weather. But yeah. I'm tired. Oh yeah, another thing to note is my phone is basically kaput, or at least it's pretending to be. I can't figure out what's wrong with it. I've had to like juggle apps, uninstall them, reinstall them, just to see what makes my phone work better, and it's got to the point now where I have almost nothing installed, and it won't even let me reinstall anything now. Like, Discord is gone. I tried uninstalling and reinstalling to make it, see if it would work better, but now I can't even install it. It just buffers on the Play Store for about 20 minutes and then does nothing. So I am now basically detached from social media unless I am living at my desk, which, funnily enough, I don't actually do that often. I'm actually very often not here. I'm often, I don't know, lying down there, or lying down in there watching Morse. I got up to the Australia episode. It's really good. Not the Polo Mint for me. Oh, jeez, sorry, my allergies. I don't know why my nose is just... I feel like sticking my fingers up my nose, but that's not considered polite in company. Or in front of a live audience. Jeez, I went to a dance on Saturday night, and it wasn't very good. Mostly because it was set at the retirement centre, so I feel like that should have been a giveaway. I was the youngest person there, easily. Almost nobody danced. And everybody, it was just bloody miserable. It was like being in a care home. Music was good though. The food was okay. They managed to get some gluten-free, dairy-free stuff for me. But it wasn't that great. And up until like an hour before it, I actually had nothing to wear for it. And I didn't get a good picture. Like, my friend just randomly showed up with one of those bouncy sort of like 1940s themed dresses. She just randomly found it in a charity shop that day. And was like, just brought it around to show me, and I was just like, can I wear that? Because everything I tried on just hadn't looked right. And I don't have any like 1940s themed dresses, so. I'm tired. I was gonna do my makeup today, but ended up running out of time. What have I done recently? I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was very, very good. You wouldn't think it. I never saw the second one because I heard it was shit, and I honestly didn't care all that much, but the third one was really, really good. Well, you know, absolutely devastating, because if I can equate it to anything, it would be the Island of Dr. Moreau, if any of you have read that. Like, the villain in it was like that. And it was really, really, really sad. Like, of all the films I expected to make me sob, Guardians 3 wasn't one of them. But it did. It was tremendous. And it had, like... It was, like, the perfect ending. Like, if ever... Well, the Island of Dr. Moreau is basically about a crazy guy who experiments on animals and sort of... Sorry, I'm fucking about with a mint in my mouth. Heightens the intelligence of creatures like animals. It's pretty fucked up. And so basically Guardians 3 touches on Rocket's origins. And it is devastating. And just... But it's really, really good. The ending was absolutely fantastic. Like, if you want a good ending to the MCU, like post-Endgame, that's a good way to do it. I saw the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode, though. Does that count? It might do. I don't think I've seen that. Or if I have, it's been a very long time. Googling it. If in doubt, to the Google. Cue Batman transition. There's multiple ones. Is it? Wait, what? Oh, they're the Halloween specials. I've seen some of them. But I don't know. Oh, there's too many. I can't keep up. Oh wait, there is an Island of Dr. Moreau one. I don't think I've seen the Island of Dr. Hibbert. I don't think I have seen that. I think I saw the Frankenstein one. No, it was a Harry Potter one. Shit. I think I saw the Dracula one because they went to Pennsylvania. It's not ringing any bells at all. That's just a very weird thing you just put into my chat. It does not ring any bells. That's crazy. No, I'm not going to eat any more polos because it's actually doing very weird things to my mouth. No, that's true. Anyone in chat who knows what you're talking about, great. I don't. It just, to me, you just seem like a crazy person. But, you know. Yeah. Toby's cute. Jeez, I don't know. I had like a really rough couple of days, like fiction-wise, because I went from Guardians 3 to I rewatched The Last Samurai with my mum and dad. Those two aren't mutually exclusive. True. And then I watched the season 2 finale of Trollhunters, which you guys haven't watched. It's a great animated series from Guillermo del Toro and it's on Netflix. Tales of Arcadia. Really, really good. Really good. Great voice cast. Kelsey Grammer's in it. Mark Hamill is in it. It's really good. And then I finished Tale of Two Cities, which was devastating. And then, because I was like, oh, it's French Revolution, I watched Les Mis. And honestly, I know why people don't really like that movie very much. Because, one, Jean Valjean is a fucking idiot. He's like... And he's also really boring as a character. And Hugh Jackman, they were just... A lot of them just really couldn't sing. And which is funny because Hugh Jackman can sing, but there were just moments in that movie where you're just like, please stop. Please just stop singing every sentence because half of it's out of tune or off key and it just sounds awful. I know Russell Crowe gets a lot of shit for that movie, but Javert was probably the best actual like character. Also, I've noticed Marius is also a bit of a dingleberry. And I've noticed, why is it in these things? It's always the rich guy who's like being a revolutionary or whatever that ends up with the girl. Why is it never at the actual like poor oppressed folk? It's always the rich guy. I guess it's because there's no actual like reward for the girl marrying the poor person except for just a life of poverty. The book Les Mis is bloated as fuck. I want to read the book. I've never read it and I feel like in a way, it's going to be better than the musical because it's an actual book. I don't know who decided Les Mis should be a musical. Honestly, no shade on them because some of the music in Les Mis is really good, even if it's not performed particularly well. Empty chairs and empty tables still floors me every single time. But I do want to read it to actually know what the original story was. So I imagine they did change things a little bit. But yeah, it's I'd say it's a passable movie. It's a bit long. Hugh Jackman was boring. Marius was boring. But yeah, it had its moments, and some of it was really, really good. But I saw that in the cinema when it came out. And I remember my dad was actually really hesitant to get tickets because I'd been so ill that I'd had to cancel several cinema trips because I just wasn't able to go. But that one I managed, and I'm glad I did. It was a good thing to see on the big screen. And the first time I watched it, I cried buckets. And then I think, like, it's almost like diminishing returns, like every time you see it. It's somewhat less tragic. I don't think that has actually anything to do with the content as such. More just, I've watched it too much. Because I did really like it, like, 10 years ago. So it came out 11 years ago now, which is crazy to think. But I do need to read the book. Thénardier. Ugh. Asshole. Asshole. But yeah, you're right. The comic relief, they were fantastic. No more polos for me. Put those over there. Yeah. But they were... Yeah, like Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter did pretty good. as Monsieur et Madame Thénardier. They were fun. Well, I will say, Master of the House, I can't actually watch it anymore, that scene, because it's kind of gross as well. Like, the sausages, just nasty. I can't look. I'm a bit of a weak stomach for that. But yeah. I do used to rewatch it with my dad sometime, but probably not for a while now, because I think I've already seen Les Mis twice this year. Although I think the first time I wasn't really paying attention. It was just something to kind of have on in the background while I was hopefully writing, but not necessarily. I haven't done that much writing the last week or so, because it's just been... Well, first of all, jeez. Now, this year has just been crazy. I've talked multiple times about how this year has just been like one thing after another. I keep wanting to say this week has just been so tiring, but honestly, this whole year has been tiring. It hasn't really let up. And then, week before last, I was freaking out over Toby for no reason, which had him freaking out because I was freaking out. And then I realised it was because I might have fibromyalgia, and I do, and honestly, it's fine. It could have been something a lot worse. One of these days I need to get back to Reading. You left your coat there. I don't know what's up with I don't know why I'm coughing today. I don't feel ill in that respect, but yeah, Toby's fine. He's getting kind of plump. He's getting a bit plump. Also, by the way, thank you, Watered. I got the Throne notification that you bought him a little special something. Don't know what it is yet. It was a surprise gift. But if you guys would like to get Toby a surprise gift for his birthday, which is on the 9th of September, that's not this Saturday but next, that would be great, because we're doing a special dedicated stream on the 10th. It's the following day, the Sunday. And we're going to play some cat games, and I'm going to open some presents for Toby, and hopefully he'll actually be here to play with them, or just, receive them in some form. It did. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, because that feels less surprising, but at least it didn't tell me what they were. I look forward to it. I need to actually order Toby's present that I haven't yet, because I'm just fucking on top of things. And by on top of things, I mean definitely like somewhat underneath things. I need to vacuum my flat. It's just, there's this cat hair everywhere. My hair is everywhere. My friend accidentally broke a necklace when she was here on Saturday night when we were getting ready for the dance, and so there's just beads all around this sort of area because the elastic snapped, and some of the beads were fucking minuscule. They'll still be here. We definitely did not get them all. I need to vacuum, but it just takes so much time and effort. I need to vacuum. I do. I've just been... it just feels like I'm being flattened just very slowly. I feel like that one guy in the first Austin Powers movie who wouldn't get out the way of the steamroller. I feel a bit like that guy. Except I can't move out of the way of the steamroller, whereas he chose to stay in its path. But yeah. It'll be good to get back to some kind of normal. I just vacuumed, it's never fun. It really isn't. It's just something I just gotta knuckle down and do and just deal with the consequences, because I cannot live like this. I have to walk around my flat wearing shoes, because if I don't, I'll just get his fur and my hair stuck to the bottom of my socks or tangled between my toes, and I don't like that feeling. Apparently it's not normal for UK citizens to wear shoes in the house. Honestly, growing up in my parents' house, where my dad refused to clean his boots before coming in from the garden, where we kept chickens and we had dogs and cats, there was a time where I had collectively about 12 verrucas on both my feet from walking around my house without shoes or socks on. So yeah, it's been kind of conditioned in me to wear shoes indoors. Even here, where the worst I'll get is some of my hair tangled around my toes. Yeah. I think it might be normal in houses that weren't as run down as the one I grew up in. But it was pretty shitty when we moved in, and it's better now. In some ways. Mostly because we only have one cat now, and she stays in my dad's crap shack, as we call it, but it's actually his library where he spends his retirement playing a lot of Ubisoft games. I mean, it was normal to wear shoes. Yeah, I realised. But apparently it's not normal, and I saw like some British person like criticising Americans for wearing shoes indoors, and they said it's because they have to be always ready to go out and buy a hamburger, which seems rather unfair. And just kind of rude, actually. Just kind of rude. I stay hydrated, not sure how well it's doing or well it's going. Today I managed to get laundry done, which is funny because today is not one of my laundry days. As I didn't have time to do it on Monday, because I got back from my parents on Monday, had to change Toby's cat litter. When I got in, it actually smelled of pee. Just like the whole flat just stank of pee because his litter tray needed changing. He pees a lot, which I think is a good thing. Well, to be honest, for a week's load of litter, that's a lot of pee. I feel like that's a fair amount of pee. I mean, I'm not going to talk about how often I pee. Let's stop talking about pee. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. He's very cute, and he's been asking for a lot of cuddles lately, and I accidentally shut him in my bathroom yesterday. I did not mean to do that. I must have just accidentally knocked the door to, and I remember just wondering after, it must have been like a couple of hours, I was just like, where's Toby's at? And I went through the kitchen, and I came back. I was like, where's my bathroom door closed? Oh. And I went in, and he was just curled up on the towel on the floor by my shower, and I just picked him up and give him a cuddle. I'm sorry, Toby. I do that sometimes. No, actually, no, I don't. I don't do that often. It's just sometimes the door gets a bit pushed too. Usually he's not in there when that happens. But he's fine. I do keep a bowl of water in there just in case. I've been doing that this past summer because it's just been very, very hot, and I want to make sure he's got access to water wherever in the flat he is. He has a weird fascination with my shower. He just likes going in there. I have to remember to leave the door open to that, just to let him go in and have a sniff around. Maybe it's his reflection he likes looking at. I don't know. Oh, what are we doing? I don't know. Something, I'm sure. Steam did that thing again earlier, where this time it duplicated all of my my categories in my Steam library, which was a bit weird. Very weird indeed. Just look at our incomplete list on the Steam. Still haven't played any more Fall of Porcupine, but I'd rather play that in fall, like in autumn. That seems the best time to play that. And it's not fall just yet, even if the weather is a bit shit and the leaves have started coming down. It's still August just. It's August for like one more day, which is crazy. Jeez, this month has gone by so fast. I can't think of a single thing that I've done with it, except to read A Tale of Two Cities, which was fantastic. I don't think my voice is... Well, I've been talking too much the last few days. It happens when I go stay with my parents, because my brothers end up coming to stay too, and we all end up just... My older brother is really bad for, like, cornering you in the kitchen and holding you hostage with actually really stimulating conversation for 3 hours. Don't regret any of it, don't resent any of it, but it does have an absolute hellscape with my voice. So I don't really want to play... I couldn't play Fall of Porcupine under that either, just because a lot of dialogue, no voice acting, so... Yeah, August is really zooming by for me. Yeah, it's crazy, because... Well, I think one of the reasons why it feels like it's been a bit shorter than usual for me is because it took almost 2 weeks for me to actually book a slot to actually have my shopping, my groceries delivered, which I usually do first week of every month. So my groceries didn't get here until almost already a quarter of the way through the month, if a bit more, like a week and a half, 2 weeks, which is crazy. And the other day I accidentally drank off orange juice, because it turns out I haven't drunk much orange juice this month, and it was still the first carton that I'd opened at the start of the month. I still had 2 more full ones in the fridge. I still have 2 more full ones in the fridge. I don't know what's happened this month that made me stop drinking orange juice, but it's crazy. It's just been a weird month, like a lot's been happening. I think the weirdest thing for me, and the time's a bit skewed, mostly because, well, partly because I'm getting older and it does just happen that way, but also because it took 2 years for me to get my chronic fatigue diagnosed. It took 2 weeks to get my fibromyalgia diagnosed. I thought it would take just as long. So that feels extremely time-lapsed. Like a lot of time has just been crammed into a small space. And I think that's partly why I've been so stressed, because I haven't really had time to actually come to terms with the fact that this is the thing that I have now. Or, well, I say now. The diagnosis is what I got now. I've had the actual thing for like a year and a half. Which would sure explain a lot. I have absolutely no idea what to play. Yeah, that was really quick. It was good because I already had my chronic fatigue diagnosis. And the doctor I saw definitely knew his stuff. And I didn't even have to mention fibromyalgia. I just explained the pain that I was feeling, that I had chronic fatigue. And I did actually think it was just because of that I wasn't getting enough exercise. And he was like, no, it sounds like fibromyalgia, but we'll test you to rule out everything else. We did that. I made a follow-up appointment. All the tests came back negative. So there's no other option really. It is what it is. And then he tried to put me on meds for it, and then I forgot that I don't like doing that because I don't want to just cram myself full of foreign substances in the hope that it'll alleviate one thing, especially since one of the most common side effects to the medication was widespread pain, which is fibromyalgia. It's like fucking antidepressants all over again. Antidepressants may cause depression. Like, for fuck's sake. And of course, it just made me feel drunk anyway, so I didn't want to take them anymore. But I'm doing yoga every 2 weeks, which doesn't actually feel like often enough, so I might actually change that to every week. But that also might just kick off my fucking chronic fatigue. It's really difficult balancing all this stuff, guys. It's really difficult, and I'm pretty sure last night I just conked out, and I just lay flat in my bed, and I'm pretty sure I just stayed in that position all night, so I woke up flat on my back, and when I tried to get up, all my muscles had seized up, and they haven't really unseized. I am still in a lot of pain right now. Oh. And I think the other problem is that it's not something I think of to actually take painkillers, because I spent so many years not being able to, because I had a terrible gag reflex, because the other things that were wrong with me were making me puke a lot, so it just wasn't a thing that I would, like, I don't want to say habitually, because you shouldn't habitually take pills, but, you know, it wasn't something I would think of. It wasn't something I was able to do, was to take painkillers for anything, and it sometimes takes me, like, 12 hours of a headache to realise, oh, I could have taken half a paracetamol like 6 hours ago, and that probably would have taken the edge off. But yeah, I just don't think of that. It's just not something that springs so readily to mind. And the thing is, I probably could have taken half a paracetamol for this pain, but I don't know, actually. It was my sister gave me one when I was round at hers, and that didn't help. And my foot pain, you know what the stupidest thing is? I wore these ridiculous pointy high heels to the 40s dance on Saturday night, and my feet didn't hurt. I mean, they ached, obviously, from wearing high heels, but the pain I get in the arch of my foot didn't have that. It's only when I wear flat-soled shoes. Like flat-soled. Well, I say flat-soled, like flats, not heels. You shouldn't wear shoes without some kind of grip on them and without some, like, good sole, because you got to get that arch support, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just talking shit, but I feel like that is just like 90% of my Just Chatting segments anyway. So, and I'm still staring at this list of games, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness, my eye. And at some point I need to schedule 2 things, one of which is that art stream. I haven't forgotten it. I just don't know really when to push it into the schedule, because it's going to be a lot, and there's a lot to do, and art streams are rare because, I don't know, my posture is terrible when doing art, so it really kind of fucks with my back, so I can't do them terribly often. And then we've got Toby's birthday stream. I mean, then we've got to do a book launch stream as well. And I still haven't gone through that edit list with my mom, and I still haven't emailed my fucking publisher. But we are definitely on the way to getting this thing published. Get my freaking hair in my face. Book. Yeah, I got a lot to do, and I'm tired. I am more tired than I can remember being, which is why I'm streaming on a Wednesday and not a Tuesday and a Thursday like I normally do, which is really sad because I was like, streaming is the only thing left I can do, and it feels really difficult to even be doing that right now anyway. It is like just a phase. It'll pass. Like getting over the reality of having fibromyalgia is going to take time, and then learning to manage it and just deal with the bad days as they come. Same with chronic fatigue. It's going to be a thing. But I'm not giving this up. Because honestly, what would I do otherwise? Yes, I could write, and I will, but I've already learned the hard way that I cannot just write. It plays on my ADD, which I'm also being tested for. Don't actually have it confirmed yet, but it feels very, very likely. My stories just consume me. Like, if I didn't have people coming around, and right now I don't really, not regularly, if I didn't have people coming around reminding me to eat, drink, get up, sleep, all that stuff, I probably wouldn't do it if I was just writing all the time, because it can just suck you in and you forget what is actually real. Been there, done that, don't need to do it again, don't particularly want to. And I just love streaming. I love just sitting here and chilling with you guys and playing games with you guys. Wouldn't have that any other way. But I'm just really tired. And honestly, this weekend away with my parents turned out to not be that relaxing, considering I had to then go back to town and go to a 40s dance, which wasn't that fun in the middle of it. If it had been like one complete weekend, it would have been great. But having to come all the way back here, go to a dance that wasn't fun, and then go all the way back there. Exhausted. Did meet a couple of nice people though, which was good. But I'm not going out again because you know what? I'm not. I did meet a couple of nice people. The music was good. The food was alright. But something I've noticed, and which I somehow keep forgetting every time I go out anywhere with anyone, is that I find it impossible to make myself heard. I do not have a strong voice that carries. It's fine here doing this because I'm the only one talking, but I don't know if you guys caught the stream I did with Xander of Britain. Great guy, by the way. Go follow him if you don't know him. Can we get a shout out for Xander, please? I did a stream with Xander where we played Left 4 Dead. He's a very exuberant person and like very loud, and I kind of got lost. I couldn't make myself heard because I didn't know how. I'm not someone who raises my voice terribly often, and I don't like shouting. I'm not a loud person, and I realised that twofold at the 40s dance because I couldn't even get my friend sitting right next to me to hear me properly. I had to repeat everything twice. And they played Beyond the Sea, and I tried singing along, and I'm me, and I couldn't hear myself singing along. I'm not a loud person. And every time I've gone to a pub or a party or anything like that, I just feel like I'm getting lost. Like I'm not even really there because nobody can hear me anyway, so what's the point? So I'm not doing it again. I'll go to like an art opening or something. I'll go to the cinema. I'll go to the opera because that's not like a actual social event. It's, well, the art opening would be, but that wouldn't be loud. And cinema and opera, you're not meant to be talking anyway, so that suits me fine, but not doing it again. And I don't like going out anyway. It just exhausts me and I don't really get anything out of it in the end. Just getting ready for it takes so long, and it's just It was just sheer luck that my friend managed to get that dress for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known what to wear. I remember I was trying on one shirt that I had, which was this really nice vintage, like, 70s piece. And I was just sitting here, and the fucking buttons popped open. And I was just like, you're fucking kidding me. I gave that back to my mum today. She gave it to me because she was like, you like vintage stuff? And I do. And it was a gorgeous top, but sadly, my tits are just too big. Who knew? They are, actually. It's really annoying, which is funny because they're not. But maybe they are. I get confused. They don't seem that big to me, but... yeah. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, buttons. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's always, what do? They don't work. I tried on a pair of trousers the other day. The one button for the fly popped off. My mum sewed that on today, and I was like, I don't even want these trousers. But I can't give them away without the button on them, so... yeah. I'm just... actually... I gave up today about 4 of my black t-shirts because I don't really wear black anymore. But I still really like the prints on them, so I gave them to my mum and she cut them out. And they're going to go with the patchwork that she's making for me. One of them is Joy Division, the Unknown Pleasures album art. Very good. An Achievement Hunter thing that came out like 5 years ago. Longer, actually, probably. It's like a death motif, which is really cool. What was the other one? I don't even remember. Well, there was a Star Wars one. Oh, that was the other one. There's a Rogue One t-shirt that the print wasn't terrifically great, but also had, like, everybody from the movie in it. So, including Darth Vader. So I was like, it's black, so I'm probably never going to wear it, but I don't want to get rid of it. So, there is another one, but that's in my laundry basket. But yeah, I just don't wear black t-shirts anymore. I used to wear black a lot, because I was just, I don't know, depressed serially, but I just don't wear black. Black's alright, but it has its time and its place, and I just don't wear t-shirts that much anymore. I probably will come winter, but I have other t-shirts now, more colourful ones. Oh my goodness, my throat is killing me. I have absolutely no idea what to do. I'm very tired, that's the problem. The problem is I am very tired, and I don't want to be very tired. I want to be capable and fun and consistently fun and not having to keep changing my schedule around. But I've just got... the annoying thing is because the weekend at Toby's birthday stream is also my sister's birthday, and I'm going out with her and her friends for drinks. Not at a bar, at a very nice place. Not at a pub, rather, at a very nice place where we're going to have cocktails. But that's happening the same weekend. And it's just too much. I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep. I just want to publish my book and stream regularly and not go outside. And I also need to get a new phone, which is why I have the new tip ball up in the corner. Well, I need to have sleep now. Fair enough. Have good sleep, Candle. It was good to see you again. My throat is killing me. I was going to do makeup today, but I ran out of time because I forgot my brother was coming over, and then that was a bust because we tried to watch Mission Impossible Fallout, but we were both kind of stuck on other things. I was stuck on Tale of Two Cities, he was stuck on Guardians 3, so we were just thinking about that and not really paying attention and just noticing all the things that were wrong with it. Thank you, Candle. Sleep well. And then we ran out of time. We were going to rewatch Hitman's Bodyguard, but then we ran out of time. And my DVD player is breaking. Like, it keeps, like, taking the DVD, gets to, like, a menu, switches itself off over and over again. Like, I managed to bullshit it yesterday with Les Mis, and today with Fallout, but with Hitman's Bodyguard, it just kept doing it, and then we were just like, well, we don't have time to actually watch it anymore. And then we tried to watch The Vampire Diaries, and it was like, wow, this show is just actually kind of shit. I'm too old for this shit. I can't do it. And then we just, well, honestly, we just sat there and listened to the Andor soundtrack on YouTube, because that music is very, very chill and just made us think of good things. Hope you found the location of tomorrow's morning lecture. Likewise, I don't understand the context, but I don't need to. I hope you found it too. And to anybody else who cannot find stuff, I hope you find it soon. It's a really dumb message, but I don't know. There's some kind of hope in there. Watered. And anybody else in chat really who is a member of our Discord. I said this last time, but I'll say it again with the same hope. How about a nice cheerful dip in, chill dip into some Terraria? Because I feel like I could do that. I feel like I could just sit on the stoop and go fishing. And by this time, I mean, by fishing, I mean not summon the Moon Lord by accident. I could go for some Terraria. And I think I will just spend the whole thing fishing. I don't need to dig around the fucking perimeter of the temple. Although now I mention it, I might do that with the jungle temple. A couple of minutes, then it should be free. If anybody else wants to hop in a Discord with us on the voice channel, you're more than welcome. I probably should take a break just now, get some fresh water, because this I got out of the fridge like 6 hours ago and then didn't drink an awful lot of it. Oh my goodness, my throat is killing me. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll go back to our usual summer schedule, which is Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. But it is almost autumn now. Word of the day! Because if I can fucking pick it up because it's bloody heavy. Thank you, Watered. I've got a 97-year-old dictionary. I would, but I got to pack and stuff to get ready for a trip going away for a few days. Oh, I hope it's somewhere nice. Any particular place in the dictionary, Watered, you would like to get our word for the day, which will become our stream title for anybody who redeems it, although it is limited to only once a day. My throat. What have I done? I've been talking too much. Which is just funny, because it feels like I haven't been... I feel like on Monday and Tuesday I wasn't talking at all, but... I just want to go to sleep. It's just... This is where it flips open. About 2/3 of the way through, as that's how far through the year we are. It did this one automatically, so here we go. Ooh, you get pictures! Boats. Well, what kind of boats? Cutter, lugger, yawl, ketch, topsail schooner, fore and aft schooner, brig, brigantine, barkentine, full rigged ship, and a billy boy schooner rigged. Boats are great! Okay, well, the first word I did see was ship, which is a little uninspired. But I think we all know what a that's a... Jeez, the ship definition is this entire column. I ain't reading all that out, not with the way my voice is. I'm actually going to go for the second word, because boats are great. But this one's better. Shintian? It means shiny. Shintian. Shintyan. Doesn't say what the origin is, but it means shiny. I'll stick that in the title. Get out of my way, microphone. Oh, my throat hurts so much. You can hear it going. Maybe I'm actually coming down with something. There we go. Shintian. Yeah, that's it's got a pronunciation next to it. It's just the same thing except with an I between the T and the Y, so Shintian. But yes, that's been the word of the day from my 97-year-old Waverley modern English dictionary. It's one of my best book finds. Bloody hell. It's probably the oldest book I own too. Not that I've dated any of the others, but